They said he was untouchable, the face of the franchise, locked in for 10 years. But in the high-stakes world of Major League Baseball, even loyalty has a price tag. This is the story of how a $313 million contract wasn't enough to protect Rafael Devers from the trap he never saw coming. Before we dive into the shocking truth behind the Devers trade, please do us a favor and smash that like button. Subscribe now and turn on notifications. Because what you're about to witness isn't just a trade story, it's a financial betrayal wrapped in a jersey. Let's begin with the man they said would never be traded. In the heart of Boston, under the glowing lights of Fenway, he wasn't just a player. He was a symbol. Rafael Devers, Raffy Big Stick, came to the Red Sox as a baby-faced prodigy. By 20, he was launching bombs over the Green Monster. By 25, he was the cornerstone of their rebuild. By 27, a $313 million face of the franchise. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't loud. But on the field, he was thunder. Over 200 home runs. Nearly 700 RBIs. A .279 career batting average. And most importantly, a constant force in a Red Sox lineup that seemed to be always rebuilding around him. While names like Betts and Bogaerts were shipped out, Devers stayed. And for many fans, that meant hope. A promise that Boston wasn't just tearing down. That someone was staying. But in baseball, especially in Boston, hope is a currency that loses value fast. As the losses piled up, the standings fell, and the questions grew louder. Can one bat carry a broken system? Front offices change. Priorities shift. And loyalty? That's just a nice word for something no longer profitable. Behind every towering home run was a deeper truth. Devers was more than the face of the Red Sox. He was the last piece holding together a fragile identity. One crack, and it could all come crashing down. On the surface, everything seemed calm. Rafael Devers was the centerpiece. The Red Sox? Publicly committed to building around him. But behind closed doors, a different game was being played. Craig Breslow, once a player, now Boston's chief baseball officer, had a different vision. A vision shaped by analytics, roster optimization, and long-term control. And in that vision, there was a problem. Rafael Devers didn't fit quite the same way anymore. The front office moved swiftly, targeting Alex Bregman, a proven defender, a playoff-tested leader, and someone willing to shift the team's balance. When Bregman arrived, the message was clear. Even if it was never spoken aloud, Devers would have to move. First base? Anywhere but third. But Devers didn't sign a $300 million extension to be shuffled around the infield. He was the third baseman. He earned it. And he let them know it. Meanwhile, ownership, led by billionaire John Henry, had their own agenda. Cutting costs. Maximizing flexibility. Betting on upside, not loyalty. The same man who traded Mookie Betts in his prime was now overseeing another quiet revolt. Inside the Red Sox war room, there was no emotion. Just data. Performance projections. Trade value charts. And one player's name circled repeatedly in red ink, Devers. The decision wasn't made on the field. It wasn't made with heart. It was made with metrics, models, and millions at stake. In a game where numbers speak louder than legacy, loyalty was losing. When Rafael Devers signed that massive 10-year, $313.5 million extension in January 2023, it was hailed as a statement of faith, of loyalty, of forever. We believe in him. That's what the front office said. But belief in baseball? It doesn't come without conditions. $313 million sounds permanent, secure. But in Major League Baseball, there are no safe havens. Just fine print. Just performance clauses, opt-outs, luxury tax fears, and shifting organizational philosophies. What fans saw was commitment. What the Red Sox saw was flexibility. You see, loyalty in baseball is only real when both sides keep believing. But when injuries pile up, when the standings drop, when the roster doesn't click, faith turns to math. And math? Well, math doesn't care about heart. Devers, once the kingpin of Boston's offense, was now framed as a financial liability. Too expensive, too limited defensively, and too stubborn to change positions. And the illusion finally cracked. Not because Devers changed, but because the team that promised forever simply changed the terms. It started as a whisper, a few tweets, a late-night podcast. Then came the headlines, the radio buzz, the gut feeling every Red Sox fan knew too well. Could Devers be on the trade block? For Boston fans, it was déjà vu. They'd seen it before. Mookie Betts, gone. Xander Bogaerts, gone. Each one preceded by a storm of rumors, denied until they weren't. Rafael Devers, just 2 years into a 10-year deal, was suddenly being mentioned in the same breath as trade chip. The Red Sox never confirmed it. They didn't need to. Their silence said enough. Every lineup change, every post-game sidestep, every vague quote, it all pointed to one thing: something was moving behind the curtain. And in a league where value is traded faster than truth, it wasn't a matter of if, just when. June 15, 2025. The trade wires lit up. The rumors stopped swirling because the bomb had dropped. In a stunning midseason move, the Boston Red Sox dealt their franchise player to the San Francisco Giants, not weeks before the deadline, but right in the middle of the race. The deal was massive. The Giants sent a powerful package: fireballer Jordan Hicks, top lefty prospect Kyle Harrison, rising slugger James Tibbs III, and a hidden gem, rookie pitcher Jose Bello. Boston fans were stunned. The front office was silent. But in San Francisco, celebrations began. Buster Posey, now at the helm of the Giants' new era front office, had pulled off one of the boldest moves in franchise history. They didn't just want a bat. They wanted a cornerstone. "He's exactly what we need," said Posey. "Power, consistency, leadership." But what Posey didn't say was just how much risk came with that reward. The Giants now carried the weight of the third highest contract in baseball for a player who hadn't yet played an inning for them. And Boston? They held the lottery tickets. Unproven. Cheap. In one move, everything changed. For Boston. For San Francisco. And for Devers himself. The game had spoken, and it didn't care about comfort zones. When the dust settled, one truth emerged: this wasn't about personality. It wasn't even about performance. It was about numbers. The Red Sox weren't emotional. They were strategic. Dumping $254 million in future salary, they opened up space on the books and placed a bet on potential. 4 players. All younger. All cheaper. All controllable for years. For a front office obsessed with flexibility that was priceless. Meanwhile, the Giants were playing a different game. They had money. They had urgency. And they had Buster Posey, willing to do what Boston wouldn't: go all in. For San Francisco, this was about leapfrogging the Dodgers, competing with the Braves, and sending a message to their fan base: the time is now. 2 cities, 2 philosophies, 1 massive gamble. In baseball, names sell jerseys, but numbers make decisions. And sometimes, those numbers lead straight into a trap. Rafael Devers is gone. Another cornerstone traded. Another banner-era hero sent packing before his prime faded. Boston has seen this story before. Mookie Betts, Xander Bogaerts, Andrew Benintendi. each departure justified by data, money, or the future. But the present? The present always paid the price. The Red Sox front office, under John Henry, believes in models, in cost efficiency, in flipping names for numbers. But baseball isn't played on spreadsheets. It's played with heart, with chemistry, with fans who remember who wore the jersey when it mattered. And now, all that's left in Boston is a gap where loyalty used to be, and a fan base that wonders if anyone is ever safe. The Devers trade wasn't just a transaction. It was a turning point, a reminder that when alignment breaks down between player and front office, team and city, the cost isn't just dollars. It's trust. It's legacy. And in the end, it's everything. From Fenway to Frisco, from loyalty to leverage, Rafael Devers' story isn't just about baseball, it's about how the game behind the game is played. Another jersey, another contract, another trap disguised as a deal. If this story hit you like a fastball to the gut, do one thing: drop a comment, smash that like button, share it with someone who still believes in loyalty, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment where money talks, and sometimes deceives.